Hello, everyone. Welcome to Jamaica 411. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm your host, Michelle Stern. I'd like to say a special welcome back to my subscribers and welcome to new subscribers. And of course, I'm going to ask everyone, please, can you give the video a thumbs up and share, as well as feel free to leave your comments in the comments section. Now, I know that many will appreciate me commenting on this comment that was made by Isat Buchanan. And it took a little while to find it. I did, because I wanted the original. And I didn't just want to hear that bit that he said. I decided that I need to hear more of what he said before, or what was being said before, what they were discussing, and I want to hear what it was that he said after. In other words, I want to get the context in which he made the comment and whether or not he, in fact, was speaking about the people of East Portland, or was he talking about somebody else? So one must listen before and after. But in as much as the comment itself is offensive with regards to who he is and the people that he's speaking of, I personally find it offensive. But it is offensive, yes, but then at the same time, this 6 minutes and 31 seconds of video, in my mind, is disturbing, highly disturbing. And I don't know what it is I'm supposed to say about the video. I don't know at all. And so I'm going to let you listen to it. And what I want you to pay attention to is the way in which he was speaking, what it was that he was saying, where the argument started, and then the way in which he was moving from one topic to the next. He was just moving from one topic to the next without any rhyme or reason, because what he said in the end had nothing whatsoever to do with where the topic started. The young fellow on the top right, his name, Ishmael Douglas, he was simply trying to praise the platform for bringing information he regarded as very important to the public. And it's from there that Isat took over. And in telling the young man, don't grade yourself, man. You are important in this thing too, not just me and Andre. And then he started, to drift and went all over the place. And that was the thing that I find most disturbing, because as you look at him closely, he doesn't appear to be drunk. I don't see anything in his mannerism that would suggest he's high on anything. He appears to be quite lucid and collected. And yet, the words themselves, they don't connect. His thoughts were not connecting. He was moving from one topic to the next, and one wasn't quite sure how the various expressions and opinions were connecting. One isn't even quite sure how some of what he was saying within what it is that he was outlining to the audience, how them even connect. And so all that he was saying sounded irrational. I want you to listen to it for yourself. And even as much as his comments were unconnected one with the other, it seems to me, I'm going to attempt to, if I'm able to, interpret what it is that I understand him to be saying. Because this is not a matter of him speaking highfalutedly. You understand? It's not a highfalutin speech. That's, he might say, oh, I am making perfect sense. It's just that you don't have the capacity to understand what it is I'm saying. No, has nothing at all to do with that, in my view. And I am wondering because he's not the only one that is showing signs of cracking under the pressure. Dayton Campbell out there saying all kind of foolishness, talking about Mark Golding is a reincarnation of Michael Manley. Here is Isat, him talking foolishness. Well, we know that Mark ain't gone a long time. Bunting sound like him a mad out. Mitchell um, sound like him a mad out. Right? It's a pressure and the campaign don't even start yet. They are losing it. They know they're losing because the momentum is not with them. They're on the street and the excitement is not with them. It's actually with the Labour Party. And they know, they see the shrinking crowds that are following them. They see the shrinking number of persons that are out there at these meetings. They're seeing it because they're on the platform and they're looking out. They're seeing it that wherever they're going, the people who are following them, it's dwindling. They are seeing the unresponsiveness of the comrades before them at these meetings. When they throw out and articulate their plans for the future, they're seeing that the comrades are not connected, they're not interested. They are seeing the people walking away as usual whenever Mark Golding takes the stand. Right? They're seeing all of this. And then they're seeing the Labour Party and how Andrew Holness is going around and meeting people, how the people are responding to him. And it seems to me that they're at their wits' end. They don't know what to do. They are trying to use their policy as a kind of drumming in. So by the time the election time comes around, the people have these ideas so firmly drummed into their heads that they hope it will influence what they do on election day. In other words, the methodology that they're using to articulate their message is one of brainwash. It's the style and type that is used when you're trying to brainwash somebody. That is what they're doing. The problem is the people are not even buying what it is that they're saying. And therefore, the brainwashing is not working. And this could be the reason why the people are not coming to their meetings. And even when they get a big crowd, like Clarendon, I believe they had a very sizable group in Clarendon, and they also had a good crowd in St. Elizabeth. The one in Hanover was a disaster. But even then, as soon as they start to roll out their plans, which is what is going to make people vote, the comrades fall silent, right? Totally disconnected from what it is that they are proposing. You don't find many people agreeing, nodding them head vigorously, or blowing the vuvuzela or carrying on whenever it is that they start on their plans and programs. So the brainwashing is not working, which means it is not going to have any effect whatsoever on their decision to turn out to vote. That is the point. So, seems to me that they are now at their wits' end, right? And this is why you're hearing all these ridiculous and irrational statements coming out of their mouths. They're under pressure, and this is not even the real campaigning. They have been launching this campaign for 5 long years because they have a leader that was unknown. And so they've been whipping up the people and whipping them up. And now what you're seeing are comrades who are battle worn, them tired of the campaigning. And when the battle becomes hot, when the campaign is launched, Laborites are fresh and the comrades are beaten down, tired, demoralized. And these statements coming out of these men, for the most part, mouths, and these risers' mouths are going to demoralize them even more. The PNP is out and about. The leaders up and down the place. The motorcade is getting shorter. The people are not excited and enthusiastic about the plans and programs that is being offered for the future. And most telling are the numbers. They're getting smaller and smaller. The energy is not there. The enthusiasm is not there. The interest is not there. And that is not what happens in an election year. That's when people are really at fever pitch, and that's when people get excited and want to follow the motorcade and want to be at the meetings and so on. But it's not happening, and they know they're in trouble. Hmm? And the pressure, I think, is what is causing them to be babbling and talking all kind of foolishness.
Is there is an innate shifting in Jamaica, and the vanguards of that shifting are on this program talking to you night in and on Fridays. I promise you. So I can tell you, I will never, ever not give Andre Stevens his roses and Isat Buchanan. Never. Because if it weren't for this program, most of Jamaica will be oblivious to this day.
Don't exclude yourself though, because one of the things that you must learn to do is also give yourself roses. Because I can tell you this, that those who have ears will hear, and those who have eyes they can see. Never ever ever forget that. And so don't I've been going around and empowering people to understand. Don't make nobody small you up. Don't make nobody small you up. Don't make people try to normalize discrimination in any form. And people will see your growth and try to destroy it before even you realize that you grow. That's why I see Chinese people, me always rate them, because for the Chinese bamboo, it not do nothing for 7 years and one night it just shoot up. And that is why that's why when God was making this world, him do it in the darkness, and him wait till him make everything, then him make the light shine. So when the people say we not see your manifesto, you can't, you will call the election if you want to know everything what go on. The only reason why I'm able to put out my thoughts and ideas is because there are people around who can't interpret and appreciate what it is. The capacity is not so where in where I am in the east. So I
Mm.
can put it out because they don't have the capacity to, yeah,
Limited ability to interpret and
to
analyze.
interpret. So the people understand it, and before they can appreciate it, it's gone through the door. But to see that the People's National Party says, listen, 50,000 houses, and it's affordable houses, not just houses, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And making sure. Remember, since 1962, I left my house. Yeah, everywhere me go, me say it. You hear anybody come out and say no? Them a tell me, say me hairline I receive. Them no answer. 11 houses the Jamaica Labour Party built in Portland.
Wow.
Don't you ever forget that. And so when Mark Golden says 50,000 affordable houses and young people are going to get some,
Yeah.
this man will just build 15 after him promised 70,000 and had 9 years to do that. I thought about him
I will
can do
add
it
on
now.
50.
Him can do it now. When him wife build more, him wife build more than that in a lease flat, Ochi, Montego Bay, Bernard Lad, than him build. As the prime minister. Him wife build more houses than him build as the prime minister.
With fear money than him do with
Me
our
no know,
money.
me not even talk to that. Cause is it true me like her? Me not say nothing.
It look like I you should have did there do it, Mr. Man
Where
did that
say
today.
had I known that it was easy for, yeah, anyway, let me leave that alone.
No, but no,
Um
I'm, I mean, but really, if you think about it, and you are in fact
yeah.
absolutely correct, there is sometime this sense of fear that clouds people whenever they see
Mm-hmm.
um something happening that they are not a part of, or
Mm-hmm.
in which they cannot stop.
Right.
So because of that, they see the truth is not just the election, but people are now taking back their lives slowly and surely. And that is where birthed Operation Rescue Jamaica, because people want back them life. It cannot be just one substrata of Jamaica
Mm-hmm.
continuously
Right.
benefiting from the resources, the intellect, and everything that is Jamaica. And they continuously tell us things are happening. But it not for me, it not for you, it not for anybody else. So how is it really happening? You cannot, and again, I have to appreciate the people around me. Why? Because for argument's sake, let me no, for true, Isaac will not see me here suffering and not give me a hand up. But this is what the government is doing. Everybody I drive big Jeep and I walk and I take taxi and they raise a taxi upon me and you gonna tell me say the country is doing well. How is it doing well when every day you walk and if rain fall you splash me up? It don't make sense. And these are the issues we're talking about. I am
No.
happy that I am not sick. Because if me sick, I promise you, God forbid, me think me that dead. We can't go to the hospital. These are the issues we're having, and
But
it is real issues. It is
it is.
real. So I cannot understand every night when Isat comes or when Andre comes or when myself come, I would say these things are happening. People have time to go spend money to serve Andre with papers where it not even worth nothing. Cause most of the something them not even a sin on. You can't intimidate nobody, brother. Brawling me I say that. You can't intimidate nobody.
I want you know my colleagues them who getting an easy paycheck here. Leave them alone.
Tell me if you can. What in the world was that conversation about? Did you understand any of it? And so at this moment, I'm going to have to go back to that conversation and listen to all of it to see what it is that I have missed. And having spent the 2 hours listening to all of it, it is my duty to reconcile what it is that they are saying. And having concluded that they were not drunk, high on something, then it seems to me that maybe what was happening is an attempt to score political points. Isat, after all, is a candidate. And is it that he was attempting to score political points, and in that way now, he started to think what it is that he can say to boost himself, encourage the other fellow, and at the same time beat down on the government and promote his program and plans. And that may be what happened, why he sounds so irrational. He doesn't normally sound this way. That is my point. But the underlying nastiness of his thought, that is what is constant with him. He keeps going off into certain areas, catches himself in time, and says he's going to leave that alone. Right? Like when he was trying to hint that that Juliet wholeness was easy. Had I known that it was so easy, let me leave that alone. They made mention of 2 areas: housing, the hospital, and the young fellow made a third mention of what he would say, I suppose, that not now happen. Not now happen for him. Not now happen for Isaac. Not happening for nobody. Nobody at all, not now happen for them. You know what to make of that statement, right? Then, of course, a segue into this, what Daryl Vaz would call bad mindedness, where he's talking about other people driving big vehicle and him don't have any. Right away, he's telling us something about his own character. A young fellow at his age, looking at what other people have and then comparing himself and his circumstances, right? Envy is what you're seeing here. Another thing that you will notice that is constant in the young man's commentary, Ishmael Douglas, is this idea he seems to have gotten into his head that government is responsible for what happens to him. He has no responsibility whatsoever in making himself better off. No, it's government. He apparently, this young fellow has the mentality of a slave. It's a slave mentality. Somebody must come and take care of him. He gives an example of him not being where he wants to be, him being suffering, right? That is his scenario. And it is the government who must be blamed for that. Now, I don't know what kind of upbringing this young fellow had, but young man, there is no government that is going to come and make you into anything. The opportunities are there, right? Your parents spend good money, I hope, to send you to school. That was to prepare you, along with the teachings that they would have given you about good behavior, principles, manners, and all them something there. That was to prepare you for the day when one day you were going to be a family man, for you to be independent. And you are now talking as though you believe that it is government is responsible for whatever happened to you in your life. Did you take to the lessons at school? Did you pass your subjects? Have you gone to higher education, higher learning? Did you take advantage of all the opportunities that your parents tried to get for you? And if you did, what are you complaining about? And if you didn't, why didn't you? What is stopping you? If you're not bright, there are trades for you. You can go to Hard Trust, sign up and go do something there. And there are many other opportunities for learning. Jobs are out there available too. So why are you complaining about government not doing this and government not? The government is not responsible for you, young man. You're responsible for yourself. And your friends and family are responsible to help you up. What is the meaning of this incoherent rant? Who gave you this impression in your head that governments of Jamaica, whether PNP or JLP, is responsible to take care of you? Their only responsibility is to provide the opportunities. There's a Hard Trust NTA, and you have other opportunities. You have places you can go and have training. You can be an apprentice, and you can get a job. And from there, you take time and lift up yourself. No, based upon your mentality, you believe that you should sit by and then government must do something for you. And if nothing now happen for you, is government is to be blamed. Where you get that from? You don't blame yourself. Maybe your parents are to be blamed. But for certain, the one party that is not to be blamed for what happened to you is government of Jamaica. Taking care of you, it is not the government's responsibility. It is your responsibility because you're a man, and that of your friends and your family. So you get that rubbish out of your head.
So when the people say we not see your manifesto, you can't you will call the election if you want to know everything what go on.
So is which people is asking you to show your manifesto? Who could be asking you to show them your manifesto? Your manifesto is what you produce during the election campaign when an election is announced. Has an election been announced yet? So who could be asking you for your manifesto? They're asking you what is your plan for the constituency. And by extension, since it is not just about you, it's about the party's policies and programs, the people are asking you what are your plans for the development of the constituency. They're not asking you for no manifesto. You say you want to be the one to represent the people. Why should they vote for you? Because you're a PNP? Or because you're bright or your name Isat Buchanan? That's the reason why they must vote for you. The people want to know why they must vote for you, and them ask you for your plans and your programs. What you will come with. What are the party's plans to develop East Portland? That is what they want to know. Is that unreasonable for them to ask? So I don't know what is the advantage that you think that there is by keeping it secret. What it is your plan on coming with to the people of Portland. Why should they consider electing you to represent them? A man them don't know from Adam. Hmm?
The only reason why I'm able to put out my thoughts and ideas is because there are people around who can't interpret and appreciate what it is. The
Mm.
capacity is not so where in where I am in the east. So I
Mm.
can put it out because they don't have the
Limited,
capacity to,
limited,
yeah,
limited ability to interpret and
to
analyze.
interpret. So the people understand it, and before they can appreciate it, it's gone through the door.
Well, folks, I must tell you, I've never heard such rubbish in all my born days. Listen to what this man is saying. Remember, we are reconciling his comments, trying to make sense of it. The only reason why I'm able to put out my thoughts and ideas. What thoughts and ideas is he talking about? Presumably, his plans and his programs for the constituency. What other thoughts and ideas would the people of East Portland be interested in? Hmm? Is because there are people around who can't interpret and appreciate what it is. So he's saying, this is a man who is a politician looking to be elected. And he's going around putting out his thoughts and ideas, his plans and programs in such a way that the people who is supposed to appreciate it can't appreciate it. Now, what is it that could be happening here? Is it possible that a politician who is seeking to be elected to go represent us in the House of Parliament could be out there putting forward his plans and his programs in such a way that it's not understood by even the very people who is supposed to elect him and send him to the parliament? They cannot understand what it is that he's saying. Is it possible that that could be so? Would he be prepared to take such a risk not to be elected because the people don't understand what he's talking about? Is that what we are supposed to believe? Is that possible? I say no. I say that would not make any sense. So therefore, what then could be happening? Why he's saying that the people don't understand what he's saying? I put it to you that whatever it is that he's telling the people, they're not buying it. And he is saying that you're not buying it because you don't understand it. That's the only thing that makes sense. It is the only thing that makes sense. Because if we are to take him at his word, then what he is demonstrating is that he's a damn imbecile. He's concerned about people stealing his idea, so he put it in such a way that the people in East Portland cannot understand what it is. Why? According to him, the capacity is not so where I am in the East. So I can put it out because they don't have the capacity. And this is what he wants us to believe to be true. Folks, there are two things that Isat Buchanan told us in the statement that I just read and I played for you. One is that he has expressed his thoughts and his ideas to the electorate in East Portland. And the second thing that he's saying is that they don't understand these thoughts and ideas that he put out. Those are the two things we know for sure from what it is that he's saying. Having said so, what he said after that about the people's capacity is his opinion, not a fact. And there are two possible reasons why he claimed they didn't understand. One, that they didn't understand, or two, they understood him very well but rejected his thoughts and his ideas. The question, though, is why? According to you, so the people understand it. Which people is that? Which people is that? So the people understand it, but before they can appreciate it, it gone through the door. What the hell is that? But then it's my job to reconcile it. Which people is he talking about? There are only two sets of people that he needs concern himself with. Those people who are voters and those persons who are his opponents. So, which people he's saying understand it? The voters? Then, if the voters can understand it, then why should your opponents not? So that don't make no sense. The people understand it, I would assume. Both the voters and your political rivals, them understand it. But before they can appreciate it, before they can appreciate your thoughts and your ideas, it gone through the door. What does that mean? What do you mean by gone through the door? You mean to say that the election will be over? So by the time the people understand your thoughts and appreciate your ideas, the election will be over. And where will that put you? And this is what he wants us to believe. The question is it true? What is the truth? Is it what he's saying? That they come with some brilliant ideas and the people are not accepting it because they don't understand it. Is that what is true? Or is the real truth that the people do understand and reject what it is Uno coming with? The clue as to which one is true is found in what he says next.
So the people understand it, and before they can appreciate it, it's gone through the door. But to see that the People's National Party says, listen, 50,000 houses, and it's affordable houses, not just houses, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And making sure. Remember, since 1962, I left my house. Yeah, everywhere I go, I say it. You hear anybody come out and say no? Them I tell me, say my hairline I receive. Them no answer. 11 houses is Jamaica Labour Party bill in Portland.
Wow.
Don't you ever forget that. And so when Mark Golden says 50,000 affordable houses and young people are going to get some,
Yeah.
this man will just build 15 after him promised 70,000 and had 9 years to do that. I talk about him
I got
can do it
add on
now.
50.
Him can do it now.
There you have it. There you have it. That is a policy that he's trying to sell that the people in Portland are rejecting. The building of the 500 in the swamp, they have rejected it. And this is why come a rank himself with the people. 50,000 affordable houses. What do you mean by that? Who would be able to afford it? Dayton Campbell went somewhere and talk about each one of them will be 10 million and the land free. The question now is when you multiply 50,000 by 10, that's $500 billion. Where am I going to get that amount of money from in 5 years? Right? And that is what the people then don't believe them. Then they talk about them going to give some free money to young people. It's $1 billion worth of free money, and we know what the amount is, 500,000. When you do the calculation, it's only 2,000 people will be benefiting. How many persons are between the ages 18 and 35? There are 831,000 people in Jamaica who are between that age. Go and Google it and you will see. Right? Because it's only these young people who would benefit from the program. So which 2,000 and how are they going to go about selecting these 2,000 out of that 831,000? And this is what the people understand. They don't think that they'll be the lucky ones. And so they reject the idea out of hand as foolishness. And this is the reason, my view, is why he's griping. That is his main sale point. And it now catch. And he's losing. Him know him a lose, him not gonna make it. And that is why he come up and rank himself with the people, but then I have the capacity to understand them, understand you perfectly well. And they rejected it. And if anybody is a idibo, are you? Can't come up with any thoughts and ideas of your own that the people can buy into. You don't have no plans because you're a lawyer. You don't know about no damn development of constituency. The party give you something to go sell and the people are rejecting it. But what else is there? Because they are not interested in developing East Portland no more than they're interested in developing anywhere. It's all about getting the power and them know what they want the power for. One because he want land and the other one because he want money. Greed. So, folks, somehow I think that we may be onto something. What do you think? You think we're onto something? You think we have discovered the reason why he came out with his rudeness and impertinence? That implies that the people are dunce, when the people are in fact very bright indeed. Hmm? You think we're onto something? Tell me in the comment section what you think and how you interpret what it is that he's saying. But folks, all me know is them risers they are mad out. One by one, them are mad out. Them think because them go university, them bright and you know bright. And then now you come and you shock them. And now, them are mad out. Well, folks, that's all I have for you today. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Please let me know what you think in the comment section about Isat Buchanan, the PNP's problem child. Until next time, take very good care of yourselves and walk good.